Yo yo yo, my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers, welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Minix. And in today's episode, I'm going to be doing some cargo running. And so, I'm over at Pyro, and I wanted to show you guys just a quick one. It's going to be making around 100,000 per run, unless we can pick up the bioplastic, which then could net us around 200,000, but you're probably only going to get the bioplastic once, maybe. So, this is what I'm going to be looking at here. Let me bring up the page. So I'm looking at going to endgame, and we're going to pick up some agresium or bioplastic. So let's go to the bioplastic first. Now bioplastic will generally have about 180 there. In a Starlight Max it's going to not fill it, but so we can get some agresium on top of that. And we're going to get that from endgame, and then we're going to sell this, and we want to sell it somewhere where we can not have to worry, so we can put our ship away. If we went over to Sunset at Monarchs there, we you know, you the potential of making 330,000 on a full load, but we're not going to be able to do that. So actually, because we can only get about 180, if we get 180, we're going to make about 256. So what I want to do is I would rather go to somewhere where I can put the ship away. Now we've got Rat's Nest, but with Rat's Nest, you can only sell so much, and you've got to be careful with that. So we've got to SC Trade Tools here and put bioplastic in here. Submit. So we can get about 180 at the end game, and then Rat's Nest here will buy 202. So it's really, really close to being the limit. So I'd rather go and sell it somewhere where you're going to have the limit. As you can see here, the stock destination is high, so you don't want that. So what I'd rather do is sell it for less at somewhere like, I think the next one down is the Starlight Services. You see the stock is low there because they'll take quite a lot of it, and we'll make about 161,000 for 180 of it. And if you look at Starlight Services over here, they'll take 970. So it's you're more than likely going to be able to sell that 180. What we will do then on top of that is probably take about 44 agresium from endgame and take that to Starlight Services as well. Now you could just do runs to of agresium to Rod's Fuel, but Rod's Fuel and supplies, as you see, you could get about 20 odd for 44. So if we do 224, you could get about 119,000 for a full load, but Rod's Fuel and supplies will only take 60. As we go over here and go to agresium, submit. So endgame will sell 600. Actually, it's 800. So when I went there last time, there was 800 there, and you'll see Rod's Fuel and supply will only take 60. So what again you're better off doing is going to somewhere where you can sell more, either Rat's Nest here or Starlight Services. I'm going to go over to Starlight Services where you can sell for 1,000, because I'm going to may have the bioplastic there as well. So what I'm going to do is say we got 44 agresium, and we're going to sell that over at, find it, Starlight Services. Stock's looking good, and you make about 20,000 for that. So we're probably making about close to 200,000 based on what we could get. So let's get into this one, guys. The other run we could do is, just like I say, you could just take agresium of 224 and just take that from endgame to Starlight Services, and you'll make 91,000. You could take it to Rat's Nest and do the waiting around. Rat's Nest, sorry, Rod's Fuel and Supply, do the waiting around, but you're only going to earn about another 30,000 on top, and you're going to have a harder time selling it. So I'd either go to Rat's Nest. If you're just going to do the agresium, either go to Rat's Nest or Starlight Services. Rat's Nest you'd earn 92, Starlight Services 91, so you're only losing 1,000. So that's that, guys. So let's get into it. So I've got the Starlancer Max, that's what I'm going to use. My favourite ship at the moment, this. It's a great in-between ship from small ships and big ships. I used to love the Caterpillar. That's a ship I used to love doing this with. So like if you had the Caterpillar, you can go and get the agresium, you'd earn 3 times as much. So you probably earn about 300,000 doing it in the Caterpillar. Okay. Turn ship on.
Starting pre-flight protocols. All systems operations.
Request takeoff.
Requesting clearance. Stand by.
Retract landing gear.
Retracting landing gear. Landing gear up.
So while this is doing this, let's head over to end game. Which is 59 away, and what I'll do is I'll push this forward for that. Turn engines off.
Powering on
Engines off. Landing successful.
Okay, so here we are over at end game. So I'm going to put the ship away because that's how we do the auto loading. And let's head over to the shop and see what we've got. So the good thing about this is if the bioplastic's not here, then there should be some agresium, unless someone's come in the big ship and taken all that. But we are on the PTU, so that's got to take that into consideration too. Right, let's have a look. So 180 bioplastic, obviously like I said, because we're in the PTU. So we pick the Starlight Max. It seems to be working now, that the Starlight Max thing. Well, actually, it's saying my name there rather than. Yeah, even though I'm picking it, you can see how it's all messed up still. Right, so we're going to go for the bioplastic. We're going to get 8, and we're going to get as many of those as we can. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down the costs of this lot so that we can work it all out. So if we're going to get 22 units of 8, buy that. That's going to cost us, with the auto loading, it's going to be 5 minutes, and it's going to cost us 1,026,000. 1,026,000 for that. Accept that. And then we've still got some here, so we'll take a 4, and that's going to cost us 23,480. 23,480. For that. Now what you can do here is, that's going to add another 2 minutes on. What you can do here is we can wait for the time to drop down and go and pick up some more bioplastic if it's available, or we can just fill up on agresium. But because there's enough agresium here, I don't think it's going to get taken quick. So what I'll do is I'll wait for the timer to drop down and then come and see if there's any more bioplastic. If not, then I'll pick up the agresium. So we're looking at around 6 minutes. Let me go and check. I think we're looking at about 6 minutes. So we'll see how much it fills up for by in 6 minutes.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system.
Yeah, so 5 minutes 40 left. So we'll see once that's done how much bioplastic has returned.
Retrieval system.
Okay, so we've got about a minute left on this cargo. So I'm going to start heading back over and just see how much bioplastic is back. And if not, pick up the agresium instead. So another 21 bioplastic has come back in that 5 minutes. So let's get as many as that as we can. So we're going to buy 2 units of 8 for 93,810. Then write that down, 93,810. Confirm that. I'm just going to take another 2 minutes. Set that, and then we've got another 5, so we can probably take a 4. For 23,570. Confirm that. Accept, and then we can probably take that 1. No, it won't take the 1 because it's probably a half a unit or something. So let me just refresh this. Cool. So we're at 200. So what I'm going to do is buy. We can either wait again for the couple of minutes and see if we can get some more bioplastic, or we can just get the agresium. So I'll opt to wait for the timer to go down on the loading, because if we got 21 in 5 minutes, then we only need 24 more.
To the ASOS vehicle retrieval system.
So we could potentially have 24 when this is done. If not, we'll pick up the agresium. Okay, so we've got about less than a minute, probably about 30 seconds left on that cargo. So let's have a look, see if we can get any more bioplastic. If not, then we'll pick up the agresium. So all in all, we've waited 10 minutes for the loading. So let's have a look. So yeah, so the agresium's not come back now at this point. Sorry, the bioplastic has not come back at this point. So we can pick up 24 agresium, or we could just wait a little bit longer and see if it does come up. But I'll probably just go and get the agresium. Do that. So Starlight Max, and we're going to get size 8s. So we can't get any size 8s. Size 4s we can get 6. Buy, and that's going to cost us 44,260. 44,260. Confirm that. Accept. And that's it, we're full. 224. So what I'll do is I'll calculate all that out once we've got the while we're waiting for the ship. I'll calculate it and then let you guys know what we spent altogether. Now I wouldn't suggest getting your ship from up here, because he has issues getting your ship up here. Like when you come downstairs, you'll see when I come downstairs now, my hangar doors or my cargo doors or whatever, the doors where the ship comes up will be closing. You'll see when I come down. And I think when you get your ship from upstairs, the issue of that happens where these are going down or up like that, and then your ship appears underneath that. So I think it's this animation here of coming back down into your hab or hangar that causes that issue. It may be now that if I go upstairs and get it, it'll be fine, but I've always found that when I do that, I get issues.
retrieval system. Your vehicle has been deliberately physical defense.
Okay, so the ship's coming up. So we paid, I've done the calculations, we paid 1,211,120 for that cargo. So let's see what we can sell it for. There it is, all the cargo. I had my fingers crossed that it was going to be in there because it wouldn't let me bring my ship up. The ASOP was stuck on accessing, and so I had to come out and back in the game. Now this is a problem I've seen recently happening in here, that this cargo seems to be off grid slightly, and I don't want to move it because I want to test, see when I go to sell it, if it actually shows that I can sell all of the cargo with that being off grid. Turn engines on. So what I'm going to do is we've got to go over to Starlight Services, so let's stick that into the sat-nav. And that is 16 away, did it say? Or was that 160 away? 160 it looked like. We'll see. It's definitely not 16, I can tell you that. Turn engines on.
Engines flight protocols. All systems operational.
Okay guys, so we're over at the Starlight Services now, so I'm gonna hopefully get a place to land. Okay, so it looks like we're having some issues here with landing. So let me just quickly check here. Hail them. So it's not letting me hail, and I had the same issue a couple of days back, and I ended up logging out, and when I come back in I was back at my original base. Connection lost. Let's see if this fixes it. Okay, so we're back on after the game crashed. We was at Starlight, but I don't know where we currently are. We'll have to have a look. So it looks like we're back at end game again. So we're back at end game. So the game crashed on us. It wouldn't let us into Starlight. So we've got again 1.1 million of cargo just floating around. A couple of days ago I did this and I tried logging out when it wouldn't let me into Starlight, and I just gone back over to Starlight and again it won't let me into Starlight. So I'm presuming, yeah, the ship's gone. I'd have to go and fly over that way to find it. Yeah, so looks like Starlight is not a great place at the moment. Maybe we'll have to try this again out in the live, but a bit of disappointment. I was hoping to try and show you guys a good run there, but unfortunately it failed, with Starlight not letting us in and then the game crashing on us and bringing us all the way back over here. So I don't know whether it's in PTU. You guys will have to let me know if Starlight has got the same issue over in the live build. But I'm still gonna put this video out. I know it's disappointing that you don't get to see how much we earned from it. I think we would have earned, because we had 200 bioplastic from end game and we was taking that to Starlight. So that's saying there would have been 179,000. Let me bring this up. So that's saying there would have been 179,000 profit at 200 from bioplastic from there to there. And then we had 24 agricium from endgame to Starlight Services. So that would have been another 9,000 profit there. So we're probably talking about 180,000, 187,000, something like that, 188,000 profit we would have earned there in the Starlancer Max. But unfortunately I can't show you that because obviously the game crashed. So that's going to be this video. I put like I think an hour into this video and didn't want to just, with it failing like that, didn't want to just end up then just throwing it into the pile, to the, you know, the bin. I wanted to still put this video out so you guys can at least see the run and just be aware of obviously that Starlight is currently not letting people in on the PTU. Maybe it's different on the live, so but I thought I'd show you that run so you guys can actually, once this does go to the live and Starlight is letting people in, you guys can maybe replicate this as a run. And so yeah, so we hope you like this video, guys. It's a shame that I couldn't finish it the way I wanted to, but yeah, I thought I'd still put it out because of the work that was put into it. And you let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys, and take care, and we'll see you guys out in the verse.